Hello and welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. And I'm joined here by Mr. Ben Dorr from the is it Dorr on Tour, your YouTube channel?
Yeah, Doran Tour. Yeah,
Yeah. He's going to give us some insight into our opponents on Saturday, Nottingham Forest. So firstly, how are you doing, Ben?
feel great. I feel fantastic. We've got our first win at last on Sunday against West Ham. But good to be back in the Premier League and playing big teams like yourself.
Yeah, I can imagine so. It was a amazing atmosphere on Sunday at the City Ground, and we've seen it so many times before when a Premier League club comes back up to the a club comes back up to the Premier League after so long out, and their first home game, the atmosphere is just electric, and it only seems like it's going to go one way. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping we can burst your bubble a bit on Saturday.
Oh, everyone keeps saying that, but we have to wait till Sunday because I do believe that we're above you, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, so obviously you've been making the club have been making a lot of headlines this summer for just the amount of signings you've been making. So what have you made of the transfer business so far? And I think we're all kind of losing track of it. So just a bit of a summary of some of the players you brought in would be probably quite helpful.
Right. First of all, let's keep it real because we had to buy 14 players. We had to buy them because if all the people that doesn't know about Forest's background, 14 players left, so we had to replace them. Um, and the players that we brought in have been quality. I know everyone's been saying, "Wow, we brought Jesse Lingard." Listen, Jesse Lingard's joining Forest because we've got excitement project going, and we want to stay in the Premier League. And it took us 23 years to get in the Premier League as well. Everyone keeps saying that, well, we're the new Fulham, we're buying all these players and coming down. But if people do the background checks, we had to do it. And like I said, 14 players, we're still after more players. It is what it is. And like I said, we know the Premier League is a tough kettle of fish to the Championship, and like I said, we had to do it. So bringing in these quality players, getting in like Jesse Lingard, Nico Williams, Dean Henderson, quality Premiership players, we had to do it. So if people didn't know why, well, what I've just said, we had to do it. So like I said, it's good to be back, and we want to cement. We want to cement our players, cement our place in the Premier League.
Yeah, and like obviously, like you say, the signings of players with that Premier League experience will definitely be vital with it, and it's kind of been mixed in a bit with players who have shone big on the European stage as well. So yeah, it has seemed like a good mix. Like obviously, like you say, it is always a risk like bringing in so many like players who are expected to go straight into the first team and help you stay up, and you've always got the risk of like players not gelling in time or stuff like that. But based on your performance on Sunday, they're definitely are encouraging signs. Obviously Everton haven't been quite as busy. It took us a while to get going in the window, but from what you've seen from the signings we've made, what have you made of our transfer business?
I'll be honest with you. I've said this from day dot. Frank Lampard is a fantastic player, but as a manager, with Everton's a big club. Let's keep it real. They're a big club, but I'm not a fan of Lampard. I know he's got this. He used to be Derby manager and all that, but I just don't think he'll do well. I know you mentioned the players that he's brought in. He's brought in Conor Cody. He's brought in Tarkowski as well. Dwight McNeil. Was it Dwight? What's his name? Is it Dwight?
Dwight McNeil.
Dwight McNeil as well. Good players, good Premier League experienced players. But I just don't think Van Lampard can get the best out of them. And that's my personal opinion. And you've got good size. I know that you got Pickford in goal as well. Great goalkeeper, but you've lost back-to-back defeats to start season. And with Forest in the Premier League as well, they'll be sniffing blood on you lot. And And like I said, Everton are a really, really good side. But I've got a bad feeling for you that if you if Lampard is still as manager, you're in deep trouble. But I don't want to count my chickens because, like I said, Premier League is tough. It's really tough, and you, like I said, you've got a good side on paper, but as a manager, I think you're not gonna struggle because Aston Villa they lost and on the start weekend and losing to them as well. It's gonna be tough, but we'll be sniffing blood when we play a lot on Saturday. We'll be sniffing blood, and you've got, like I said, you've got experience back line. But I just don't think Frank Lampard's the right choice for you lot, and that's my opinion. Don't shoot me, Everton fans, but it is what it is. But like I said, you're a big side. You're a good side on paper because you've been in the Premier League forever. And if you lot go down, it's going to be a massive try to get back up because, like I said, it took us 23 years to go up. So hopefully after the Forest game, you can turn it around.
Yeah, so yeah, I imagine you'd expect Everton to kind of be in and around that battle to stay up for you. But in terms of Nottingham Forest, do you obviously I know you'll believe in your heart that you've got enough to stay up, but like in your head, do you genuinely think like Steve Cooper as a manager, has he got enough now, like not much Premier League experience to keep you boys up as well?
Like I said, the Premier League's tough. It's so tough. And we mentioned like the players that we brought in. It's going to take time to gel, but I believe that we can do it. But like I said, we're only 2 games in, and anything can happen in this league. Like I said, if we stay out the bottom three, it's still a massive achievement to to stay in the league. And like I said, I believe Steve Cooper can can keep us up, and we've got great players. We've got Brennan Johnson, a academy player. We've got Joe Worrell, another academy player. I don't want to mention the players that we brought in because everyone knows who we brought in. But I believe that we've got the energy, the heart to stay in this league. But like I said, the wins that we did last season, it was amazing. But we're going to get more losses this season because of the team that we're up against. So if we stay off the bottom three, it's a massive achievement. So I believe we can do it, and hopefully we can.
And yeah, so who do you think will be your key players this season? And of course, looking ahead to Saturday.
We'll listen to everyone keeps talking about him, like Jesse Lingard. He's a top player. Everyone kept saying, "Why did he join Forest?" Listen to me, right? He plays in that role that can get players like I mentioned, Brennan Johnson, top player. Another player that you lot might be upset about, Tawia Wanley, ex-Liverpool player. He'll be up for it. Players like Nicky Williams, another Liverpool player that Liverpool Everton fans we look forward to see. But we've got quality players, and we've just got to get used to all the players that we've got. But the player that I've got to say is Brennan Johnson, top player. I know Everton were after him a long time ago, so I think he's got a point to prove as well. And against Everton, they've got a good crowd as well. So like Johnson, young player, I think your defense will be really worried that a player like him is going to terrify your defense.
And you mentioned Brennan Johnson there and the interest we had in him earlier in the window. Another player who I was convinced at one point we were going to sign is was Emmanuel Dennis, who has of course signed for Forest this week. Do you reckon is there any chance of him starting? Because if he is, like, all Evertonians would be like, oh well, he's definitely going to score because that's just how it works. So
I don't know because like I said, I just mentioned we got Tower Wanley. He scored his first goal against West Ham, and I think he'll come on and play a bit for the club. But listen, we've got like players coming in left, right, and centre. So if he does get a chance and hopefully he does score, then listen, we're not going to complain. But listen to me, we got strikers. Like I said, if one player doesn't play well, we can just change it. And I think Dennis, class player. I know he scored, was it 10 goals for Watford last season? Class player. But hopefully he does get a few minutes against Everton. But listen, I don't care. Get him on, score, end the story there.
Yeah, and in terms of players that Everton do have, and rather the ones that we're linked with, who are you most worried about on Saturday from an Everton point of view?
It was Calvert Lewin, but now he's injured. But you can't. Dwight O'Neill, top player for Burnley last season, and like he always. Like I said, I watched a lot of Premier League football, and Dwight O'Neill, he's a class player. Another player that we've got to care for, I know he's been linked with Chelsea, Gordon, another top player as well. And like I said, they're a good side. And like I said, if we can stop them two players, then we've got a good chance of getting 3 points against you lot. Like I said, you've made a bad start first two games, but does that make you a bad side? No. It just like I said, I mentioned I don't want to disrespect your club, but I just don't think Lampard is the man for your club. And if we can stop Dwight O'Neill, if Gordon is at the club, then I think we've got a chance of getting 3 points. But like I said, stop them players, we've got a good chance.
And so, what sort of lineup do you reckon you'll go with? Do you think it'll be similar to the one that beat West Ham, or will there be a few new players in? Do you think?
As you know, we never know. There are always going to be players that come in at Forest. But I think the formation is going to be the same as West Ham, three at the back. Like I said, we got Nico Williams, we've got Harry Toffolo, players like O'Brien, we've got Mangala as well. See, I keep forgetting how many players were brought in. Or I said, just Lingard will play that number 10 role because everything will go for that number 10 role. So that's the man you everything's got to be worried about. And then I think personally, Brendan's going to start. And it's gonna be a fight for that number 10 role, not number 9 role. Like I said, Dennis, Tower, Warney. We don't know what team's gonna play. So, but if we can keep the same team that we won at West Ham, I don't see why not. But you never know what Cooper will think. Cooper might say we've got 4 players injured, but still plays at Everton. So I can't even tell you what team we're gonna play. So we've got to wait up to 2 o'clock on Saturday.
So yeah, I'm going to ask you for a score prediction.
A bit early to say this, but listen to me. Is a point a bad thing? No, but as I've said, Everton's not done well the first 2 games. Forest will be sniffing blood. They'll be sniffing blood and take advantage of your situation. So I'm going for it. I think we'll do a 2-1. A point would be good, but I'll take a 2-1. I know Everton. I'm not doing too well, but I'll take it. 2-1. You can't complain. I'll take it.
Stanley, will you be at Goodison on Saturday?
100%. 100%. I've never been to Goodison Park before. Another ground to tick. So definitely that I'll be there at the ground.
And when you do go to the games, what is your go-to match day meal?
Go with the lads. They ban our drinks for me as well because that's the rule. So yeah, we'll go for a drink. If there's any chicken around Goodison Park, I'm definitely get a bite of chicken. So yeah, as well, like I said, as everyone knows, I'm a YouTuber as well. So I'll do some predictions from Forest fans and Everton's fans as well. So if any Everton fans see me before the game, come on my channel and do a score prediction. And yeah, that's what I do before the games.
Yeah, so I'll be there. I'll be on the lookout for you.
Please do.
Yeah. And yeah, I like it. I love the buzz that you guys have got. Forest have always been a club that that I think they're quite a likable club. The likes of the historic side of things with Brian Clough and stuff like that, who everyone loved. And I really like the optimism around the club at the moment, and the fact that Forest are back in where they belong. The top flight and that. So
we deserve to be back in the big time. Like I said, of the history says it all. I know everyone bangs on about we talk about the history, but we have got a history. Some of these top clubs, like no disrespect, haven't got a history. They're in the Premier League, that's fair, but we can't talk about our history. No defense, like I said, no offense to Everton fans, like the Everton as well. We've got the history, so it's like I said, it's good. It's good. It's just good to be back, and like I said, it's gonna be a long season, but I prefer to be in a tough season like a Premier League than Championship.
Yeah, and you said similar. So yeah, like I say, I hope you have a good season, but I just hope you have an off day on Saturday. So
Not a
yeah.
chance. We're sniffing for blood. We're sniffing for blood, and like I said, I can't wait for Saturday's game.
Mm. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Ben. And yeah, that just about wraps everything up. So thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment giving your thoughts. Any Forest fans as well. I'm sure like leave your predictions in the comments and that before. Subscribe if you're new, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.